Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to episode 9 of 12 in my Countdown to Christmas series for 2020. Today I'm going to show you how to make these tiny houses for an Advent calendar. I'm using the Coming Home dies, and it's these 3 little ones that I need. These dies are bundled with the Coming Home photopolymer set. The other dies I'm using are from the Playful Alphabet dies, and it's these numbered ones. Let's gather the rest of the supplies. You need 12 by 12 inch sheets, one in Poppy Parade, one in Old Olive, and one in Whisper White. The other items you need are some gold foil, these adhesive sheets. So I would adhere the gold foil to the adhesive sheet, like so, in order to die cut your letters. You also need the All Trimmings Ribbon Combo Pack. These are 1/8 inches in width, or 3.2 millimeters, and they are gold trimmed satin ribbon. There are 2 spools, one in Old Olive and one in Poppy Parade, and you need to cut 12 each to round about 10 inches. I've cut this up rather longer than I need. And to decorate the box, I also use the Gilded Gems and the Wonderful Gems. To make the boxes, I'm going to show you how to score. You need a sheet of 12 by 12 Whisper White, one in Poppy Parade and one in Old Olive. So I've scored them all the same, and this is how you do it. Take the 12 by 12 inch piece, you score at 1 inch, 2 inches, then you skip the third inch and you go 4 and 5, skip the 6 because that's going to be your cut line, 7 and 8, so it's every 1 inch increment, skip 9 and it's 10 and 11. Oops. Then you rotate the cardstock 90 degrees, and this time you want to score at 1/2 inch. This will include the roof line, so 1/2 inch, and then every inch after that, so it'll be 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, and 5.5. Then turn your cardstock 180 degrees, so the unscored section is now on your left, and you repeat. So you score at 1/2 inch, 1.5 inches, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, and 5.5. Okay, now keep hold of your paper so that you know it's still oriented this way, and bring in your trimmer and then pop this into your trimmer and cut it at 6 inches. Okay, now turn this round, and with these wider score lines here, so you're cutting at 3 inches, every 3 inches basically. And the same with this, so you want it long side at the top, and you cut it every 3 inches. So you'll end up with 8 pieces from each 12 by 12 inch piece of cardstock, and then on each one you need to cut these 4 corners away, so it's actually the square and this rectangle. So cut straight up. So you'll be left with a shape like this. And you repeat for the remaining rectangles from that 12 by 12 inch sheet. Now this is the stage when you want to round off the corners on both ends, here and here. So butt it up to the corner rounder, flip it over and do the other side, and the same with this side. Now the reason why I do it this way when I'm corner rounding the tabs, if you cut all that like this, it makes it more difficult to get the corners rounded. So there's a method in the madness. So once you've done that step, now's the time to burnish your lines. So these two will bend back, and these will go into a mountain fold, and that will go inside like that. Then it's time to cut. So on the right side, you cut a wedge like so, and on the middle tab you want to cut this straight on the left side of the middle tab, and only cut a wedge on the middle tab, but you leave the edges here on that first tab straight. Okay, then flip it over and cut that straight, wedge the middle tab. This first tab is straight, cut a V between middle and the third tab, and also miter that edge, and then leave about 1/2 inch on that middle tab. And then you do the same for the remainder of the boxes. 8 in Whisper White, 8 in the Old Olive, and 8 in the Poppy Parade. Now I used an 1/8 of an inch handheld punch and punched out a hole to thread my ribbon through, and I just made sure that that was equidistant between the two sides and then punched. Okay, if you haven't got a punch to do that with, then you can use a pokey tool, one of these. You don't want to crease that, so just hold it like so, and then pop your piercing tool in and create a hole in the Old Olive, and 8 in the Poppy Parade. I'll show you how I glued mine. I have the straight edge tabs on the left and the mitered ones on the right. So I fold these two middle tabs in, and I just run some adhesive in the middle, then adhesive on the flaps here, and then make sure that's at a straight angle. I bring that up and this bit here at the same time, and because the edges on the bottom are straight, I use the table service to make sure my box is at a right angle, and then I get a perfect finish every time. Then to reinforce the glue, you just put a bone folder in there and make sure that's stuck down. and really they're very quick to glue and assemble then. I've glued all my boxes together, so there's 8 in Old Olive, 8 in Poppy Parade and 8 in Whisper White. So that's the side view and that's the front of the box. Next we're going to have to die cut a lot of these houses. So the sandwich is platform 1, platform 2 and 2 of the platform 3s. So I've got my sandwich ready, and that's your cardstock, the dies on top, and then your cutting plate, second cutting plate 3, and then you're ready to run it through the machine. You do this with the Poppy Parade cardstock as well as from the Old Olive cardstock. So you need to die cut 12 of the red houses with the square roof and 12 of the green ones, and then you swap the stars with the other one to give it the contrast, and then you cut 6 of the beach hut type ones and 6 in Old Olive, and swap those around. Then for the backs of the beach hut, you got 6 of those and 6 in Poppy Red and 6 in Old Olive. To glue them to the box, you just put on the outside edge here, leave the center free, and then just glue that onto the box. And the reason you just only glue it on the box is so that you don't go beyond the roof line. Otherwise it will get all sticky. There you go, that's one completed, and all I have to do is just put the number on. You want to find where the fold is. The fold goes back, so that's the front. The reason why you glue the outside first is so that you can insert the heart later. Get the positioning of the heart in the correct spot. And then just put your thumb in there and press to make sure it's bonded. Just a tip. When you're gluing the square roof on here, make sure that that is at the bottom, and you want a bit of a roof line, this bit of the roof line, to attach to the box front, because obviously this bit has been cut out, so you want something, the bigger roof line to adhere to the box front to make it more secure. You need 2 of the green ones and 2 of the Poppy Parade ones. The Poppy Parade ones, front and back is the same, but with this pitched roof one, the back is the plain piece and the front is the one with the heart. So you need 2 of those in Poppy Parade and 2 in Old Olive. So for the Poppy Parade, you adhere all Old Olive ones on it. And then put your thumb inside to press it down to make it sure it's secure, and then you can adhere your heart. That's the back. So if you're doing the pitched roof one, then you have to be mindful about where the fold is for the front and the back. So there's the fold going back without the flaps showing. So apply my adhesive. So here are all the houses glued. There are 8 of the Poppy Parade, 8 of the Whisper White and 8 of the Old Olive. 4 patterns of each. I adhered an adhesive sheet to the back of the gold foil, and I cut the foil so that it would be the same size as the adhesive sheet. I worked out how many number 1s I needed, number 2s, 3s, 4s and so on, and wrote the numbers down there. Then as I went along, when I was cutting them, I just marked it so I wouldn't get confused, because you need to strategically place your numbers. To start with, I did all the numbers I could on that little piece, because gold foil, if your cutting plate is marked, it will pick up all the other marks onto the gold foil, and that wouldn't look very nice. So I only cut out what I needed, as long as the numbers would fit. I've got 13 1s, 8 2s, 3 3s, 3 4s and 2 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s and 9s and 1 0. So with the 1s I just cut out just enough for the 1, and the rest I tried to fit in. So there are all my foam adhesive already attached to the numbers, and it's just a question of putting it on the box now. So now's the time to mix and match your boxes. So I've alternated the colours and the pattern, so it's red, white, green, and so on. Alternated with the star, the heart and the star until it came to the end. So leave it like that on your work surface, and then you can start adhering your numbers to it. Take the backing off. Do this off camera and I'll be back. And the very last one, 24. I don't do Christmas Day, I only do it up to 24. Now for the ribbon. So before you tie it, you pop your sweet in, you know, a Lindor sweet or Maltesers truffles or Ferrero Rocher, so you can vary it. Pop the sweets in before you tie the bow. So you make a loop and poke that through like so. Okay, and then thread the 2 tails in. And then you can hang it on the tree. So I've left that loose so you can tie it on the tree. Green with a red fronts, then I use the red ribbon, and if it's red with the green fronts, I use the old olive ribbon. And lastly, to embellish, I use the gilded gems and the wonderful gems. So I hope you've enjoyed today's project. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be back next week with episode 10 in my Countdown to Christmas series. Thanks for watching. Bye.